All right, new study from Superhuman. They surveyed 1,000 people working from home to analyze the impact of working from home. The big stat, 49% of people working remote would rather clean their toilet than open more emails. I mean, that's a visceral option. All right? That's not, I'd rather walk the dog than read emails. We get that one. I'd rather take my kids to the playground. I mean, we get all that. I would rather clean a dirty toilet. I mean, Joe, let me just poll the control room. Of all the household chores, I gotta believe cleaning toilets is at the bottom of the list. Anybody else got one lower ranked?
Cleaning out the garage, maybe.
Folding clothes? See, I disagree. Folding clothes, they smell nice. It's folding. Cleaning the toilet?
Cat litter box.
Okay, that's just for, you don't have boys. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. Cat litter box for me.
Cat litter box. Again, same general area. We're talking about poo.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay? Like, people would rather clean poo and pee than answer emails. Nathan, you got anything lower than cleaning the toilet?
Cleaning out the gutter.
Cleaning out the gutter. Okay. Again, I'll go rotted leaves over poo and pee every day. But you get my point. It's pretty rough. People are saying, I'm at home. I'd rather do the disgusting work than answer more emails. Leaders, pay attention. Why does this matter? Because 2 out of 5 employees in the U.S. expect to continue working from home until the end of 2021. The report found that most people, because of the pressure, the cultural pressure, this is no longer a work thing. This is cultural. People chase getting their inbox to 0 every day. It's important to 98%. All right, let me check the control room. Is it important to all 4 of you that your inbox is clean or virtually close to empty at the end of each day?
I prefer it.
You prefer it?
I prefer it.
Trevor does? Nathan?
Yeah, I prefer it.
You prefer it, Joe?
Oh, yeah. I prefer it.
And Amanda does.
Absolutely.
Hey, at the end of today's show, I'm going to bring my laptop in and show you my current inbox. It is going to absolutely freak you people out. I don't struggle with this. And I'm going to teach from this in just a second. I'm going to blow some of you people's minds because you're like, I feel like a loser if my inbox isn't empty at the end of the day. Wait for this. This isn't a Ken preference thing. All y'all need to get free from this. So I'm teaching to you all too. Listen. The need to immediately respond to messages is causing stress among workers. The majority of employees, 64%, said they would rather commute to work again. These are people working at home in their pajamas. They'd rather commute than sort through emails, Slack, team meetings, and other notifications like chats. 29% of people in the office said that email and chat are stressful enough to make them want to quit. We are overcompensating for the lack of in-person working by firing off endless messages and responding without delay. I've said this before on this program. There is a tyranny of the urgent that email and text are putting on people. All right, ladies, listen, we did an audience survey. 56% of my audience is women. Ladies, listen. Women feel more pressure and obligation to address and respond to incoming emails than their male counterparts. 64% of women said they can't go more than 5 minutes without opening a notification or some form of communication from work. Whereas only 56% of men said the same. Women are 75% more likely than men to say they enjoy work less now than they did pre-pandemic. And then boomers, Joe's generation, are more chill than their younger colleagues when it comes to feeling pressure to be current in their messages. Nearly a third, 33% of work from home employees who are 40 or younger can't wait a minute after waking up to check their email. Consequently, those older than 40, that's me, only 19% are checking their messages right away. I'm going to tell y'all something. This has got to stop. And I'm letting that sit for just a minute. I'm about ready to go on a rant. I'm just warning everybody. I'm going to make you all uncomfortable too, because you know what? If I'm the coach I say I am, what do coaches do? It's time for a little locker room moment where I kind of get up in everybody's face about email and messages, because I just gave you the data. So if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. It's not my opinion. Now I'm about to drop opinion on you, and you can disagree with this at your own peril. When you have email and text messages or interoffice, Slack, whatever the crap that stuff is, I don't do any of it, by the way. When you make that the center of your day of work productivity, you are truly putting yourself in the hamster wheel from hell. There's no creative thinking time that is intentional, because everything has to be around email. Well, I'm answering email all the time. I got to answer this email. I got to answer, oh, the email came in. I got to answer the email. Oh, this guy over here just sent me an email. I got to send him an email back. What? Just for a moment, let's just talk about behavior and how behavior and your behavior can stop the cycle. Now, for some of you youngsters in your 20s and 30s, this is going to sound foreign to you. But I'm 46. There was a day where we actually wrote letters to each other. We would write a letter. I'd write a handwritten note, and I would put this thing called a stamp on it. People are like, stamps? What is that? What's a stamp? Yeah, we actually bought stamps. And by the way, before they became sticky, we had to lick those things. It was disgusting. I write a letter, fold it up, put it in an envelope, lick the envelope, the same disgusting stuff, which, by the way, I think we're going to find out when history's done that probably caused more problems, health problems, than anything in the world. I mean, think about it. Like, who told us, did the FDA say this is okay to lick? I don't think it is. But there we are. Side topic. We'd lick it, seal it, lick a stamp, smack the stamp on it, and walk it out to the mailbox, stick it in the mailbox, and pick up the little red flag. Mail person comes along, grabs it, takes it, drops it off. We would open it. Oh, I got a letter. I'd open it up, pull it out, read it. That's very nice. I'd soak in the letter. Now, Joe, because Joe and Amanda can speak to this. What do you think the average response time was? What do you think what was your normal behavior after you read a written letter from somebody? Did you immediately go write a response? Did you go to the typewriter, type a response, do all that stuff and put it back in the mail immediately? Talk to me.
I would take a couple days.
Couple days?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Joe?
At least a week.
And yet, electronic letters. That's what email is. Folks, it says it in the title. It's electronic mail. So wait a second. What changed? What changed? Get an email. Now, Ken, you're being ridiculous. Yes, I know. But I'm making a point. What changed was not communication. It wasn't that the type of communication was the change, because yes, it was electronic. What changed was the expectation. I don't know where it started. I don't know how to break it down, but I'm bringing you to this point where you realize, wait a second, I have some control over this. So here's the thing. If you are a remote worker and you're feeling stressed out about all the emails you get, why don't you actually take an hour? Why don't you get off your freaking email? Why don't you shut your computer and go, how could I structure my day to not let email and messages be the hub of my productivity? Everything else trying to revolve around how many freaking messages I got and this pressure to respond right away. How could I do that better? That's the first question. Second thing is, wait a second. How could I change the way I communicate with my team? Here's an idea. Why don't you come to your next meeting with the 4 or 5 things that you were going to send emails on and present it that way? Oh, here's another crazy idea. This is the Ken Coleman Method. Here at Ramsey Solutions, we have an open office plan, so we got cubes everywhere. And the team, every one of you all have dealt with me on this. I just pop up at people's desk. Hey, you're already getting interrupted by emails and messages. How about just the occasional, hey, got a quick idea. What do you think about this? And talk about it. Joe, how many times have I done that to you?
Quite a few.
Thousands is the answer. Now, am I disrupting his day? Yes or no?
No.
Not at all. But this email thing, because here's what happened. That's a 5-minute interruption. Take a wild guess. If I submit that to him via email, how many different messages are going to be attached to that? What would you say? Educated guess in the room. How many? 10? Oh, good Lord, you need help. I was thinking maybe 5 messages back and forth. 10? That's the problem. We are having conversations over email, which means we are stuck and anchored to our computers, which means we are creating more stress for us, more urgency, more tyranny of the urgent for everybody else. And we're all in the hamster wheel going, ah! We're all stressed out. And it's because we're not talking to each other. One 5-minute conversation eliminates 5 to 10 emails, which frees up maybe 30, 45 minutes of your day because you're doing it with everybody. I know what I'm about to say is going to freak some people out and you're going to think I'm crazy, and I really don't care what you think. Hey, leaders, what if you eliminated email for 1 week? There's a lady out there that visibly is laughing at the idea, and I'm not offended. It's that crazy. The very thought of that made you laugh out loud. Her shoulders shook. She's like, Ken's making jokes in there. What would it force you to do? Because I just want to make a point. Somebody look up real quick. When did email become a thing? I want to make a point. I want to know what, like there's a point in history where email became a thing. And I just wonder for a second, how did people communicate and do business before email? Now the lady who was laughing is actually doing this. That's a good point.
1997.
1997. Okay, so we're not talking a Stone Age, folks. I'm not talking like 1952. 1997 emails happened. How in the world did we ever grow a business, start a business, take care of people, and for heaven's sakes, how did we communicate in the office prior to 1997? Were there carrier pigeons? Did we do fires out in the plaza? Send smoke signals? I know I'm making an extreme point, and I'm happy to do it. Now, final point on this. Let me tell you how I do email. Everybody that works with me knows if you need something urgently for Ken, do not email me. People also know Ken's not going to email you on weeknights, and he sure as heck is not going to email you on the weekends. This is what everybody knows. Am I right? Have I ever had the conversation with you, Nathan, about this on email?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't with most people. If it's urgent, you text me. Not an office thing, by the way. People, the Teams thing here at Ramsey, I don't answer Teams either. I don't. I'm not sitting at my computer. I'm actually doing people work. If I'm sitting at my computer all the time, where's the creativity? Where's the interaction? I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm not trying to step on your toes. What I'm saying is, prior to 1997, we didn't have email and business was fine. We didn't have Slack, chat. How much of your day are you stressed out over feeling the urgency to fire back little messages back and forth? How about thinking about it, jotting down on a moleskin with a pencil, folks? That's why I use a pencil. I'm old school. Write it down. Think about it. Go by their desk. You don't have to have 75 meetings. Well, Ken, the reason I do emails is because I don't want to have all the meetings. It's called interaction. It's called priorities. You are letting other people's messages drive your productivity. Good gosh. We are letting communication, a form of communication, dominate our focus. What about the work? What about the priorities? Gee whiz, this fires me up. I just don't get it. I don't answer emails really quickly to people. I answer emails when I'm at my desk, when I've got desk time, and if I see it, and if it's something I can address right then and there, great. So I have dedicated email time, and it ain't a whole lot, by the way. You know what, Joe? People still communicate with me, don't they?
Sure they do.
We get a lot done around here, don't we, Trev? I do. How is it possible? I have emails in my inbox right now from months ago. I don't even have time to delete them. It doesn't even matter. I've addressed it. It's driving Trevor nuts. He's like, oh, good gosh. Because it doesn't matter. I don't let a format dictate my activity. So I'm not Mr. Organized. I'm a disaster, by the way. Total organizational disaster. But I got a system that works for me, and you organized people could make it work for you. But I took control, and I communicated to everybody I work with. I said, look, don't send me a ton of emails. Don't even send it. Like, the only thing you need to send me is something that I need to get to later. So the type of emails I get, I'm speaking to 3,000 leaders in Dallas at our Entree Leadership Summit on Monday. I'm interviewing President George W. Bush at the event. I'm doing another interview. I've got several things. I've got documents in my inbox from that team that I need for my minute-to-minute, my talk, the PowerPoint stuff I'm using that we've worked with, and they send it to me, and it's just there, and I'll pull it up later. But people don't send me a bunch of email for my opinion on stuff. They come talk to me. We have strategic meetings where we discuss all these things, and we're communicating beautifully. And guess what? I don't have any stress about my inbox. And it's not empty. There you go. My work here is done. I've thoroughly confused some. I've set some others free.